Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Now, this was a video I did not intend to make today. I was kind of hoping to make this into a bonus video for Sunday and continue with our regular broadcast Monday through Friday video. However, no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't bring myself to make, it's like this video was just like in my, I needed to get this video out, I needed to talk about this, instead of going to just whatever my other ideas were. So yeah, we're doing this on Friday for no reason other than I just couldn't bring myself to film anything else. This isn't gonna be anything like the regular broadcasted videos. I almost refer this to be like Brian Cusco's like Uncut. I'm just gonna talk to you guys, have a real conversation with you, reel to reel, man talking to a camera that then gets broadcasted on a screen to man looking at said screen, and that's how we're gonna do it today. So let's start this video out by saying I do feel very thankful for the position I am in today. While it is not the most optimal position that I am in, I'm very thankful that I'm able to work with reptiles for a living and being able to do this full time. Pretty much what this whole thing is gonna be is just a spoiled rant of a kid that is just seeming very unthankful. So that's pretty much where a lot of bitching and moaning is about to take place in this video. Now that I got that out of the way, the YouTube commenters can't touch me. And to be honest with everyone, I'm not too sure why I'm making this video. I don't see what really the point of the outcome is. Maybe to just, I don't know, I'd like to sit down and just talk to my community and, you know, let you guys know how old Dakota's doing. I don't know if you noticed, but the past, Dakota hasn't been doing so well. If you look at the videos, it almost seems like he's losing his goddamn mind. Alright, so let's start this out by saying, let's go back to the very beginning. So the whole reason why I decided to do YouTube was for one reason and one reason only. I was a man that just started breeding reptiles, had no reputation, nowhere to go, and no animals to sell. Well, I had no one to sell my animals to. No one knew who I was. I was a no-name guy selling animals in a very saturated market. How do I make myself stand out from that market is to create as many platforms as you can. So start a Facebook page, a YouTube page, a Instagram page. I even did TikTok as soon as TikTok started going around. So I had 4 things that I was doing, trying to go anywhere to get my name out there in order to sell these reptiles, because we were hatching crested geckos at the time. Boy, were we not selling crested geckos at that time. It was a fun thing for a long time. I had a great time with it. Of course, this was during the John and Adam saga of DBCB Exotics. It was the trio that started the channel, somewhere around each other, and everything was nice and peachy, and then things didn't get peachy, and things became a mess. And now, that's not what this video is about, actually. Getting all of this within my first year when I started actually making money, not a profit, definitely not a profit, but when I started making some money on YouTube, I really kind of went a little off the deep end with it. I saw an opportunity to make a lot of money doing what I love, and I really carried to it and got very, I went over the edge with it. I invested a lot of money into this. My camera rig setup is about $2,000 with the lens, microphone, extra portable lighting, softbox lighting, microphone, camera stand, tripod, memory cards, expensive camera, everything like that. There's a lot of money that went into actually just the production. Just the production style alone of DBCB Exotics cost me a lot of money. And it's at that point within that 1 to 2 year mark where I really just lost sight of why I originally started YouTube, which is of course was for my breeding business to help boost it. I got very entangled with what YouTube was and the numbers game and getting a bigger audience, growing it, getting more money on YouTube, showing stuff off, things like that. And it really, I started to, it got to a point where I started overlooking the business and started going just directly towards YouTube. My purchases that I was making was more benefiting my personal interest and my YouTube's interest versus my business interest. A lot of money went into stuff that I wanted. The Quince monitors, the Argus monitors. It's stuff that I wanted that wasn't necessarily a correct business choice and that I really could have spent the money in other directions instead of that, but I just kind of, I told myself, and I just kept telling myself, like, no, everyone wants to see these monitors. No, it'll get views. It's fine. I became very greedy within myself instead of nurturing my business, which is the whole reason I did this. So instead of making sure that I was leading myself up to success with this, I just kind of went towards the greedy side of what I wanted personally with the excuse that, well, I can make my money back from YouTube videos. It'll all work out. And there's a lot more to that. I made a lot of excuses in my purchases for the sole fact of telling myself that it'll all work out on YouTube. I just need that big video and then the money will be well worth spent. And don't get me wrong, the money is still well worth spent. It's not about that. Of course, I'm happy with the animals I have. I love every animal that I own over here. It's not a question about me purchasing animals. This is a question on being a YouTuber versus breeder, and I'm trying to figure out a way to construct that, but it's difficult. It's difficult to kind of get you guys into like what my mind process is. Not only not even going into the money that was spent, the money that was invested into YouTube versus my breeding business. Now I have a subpar breeding business where now I'm at year 3. I should be a lot more grown as a business in a reptile sort, but I'm really not. I'm still, honestly, as a business, we've really kind of just, my YouTube stuff, invest, but with the business, it's been like just little bumps to where at year 3, man, I should be producing so many animals and selling so many animals, but I'm still at such a subpar rate for what I should be at if I actually chose to invest my money responsibly and smart. Just about the money, you sacrifice. So being a reptile breeder and a YouTuber, they don't intertwine very well. They really don't. Either side of it does not like the other, it seems. There are very few people that can pull this off very successfully. And what I mean by this is not the person that starts a small crested gecko project, a small snake project, but is doing YouTube as their big bulk of the time, but it's someone that actually has a very successful breeding business and also a successful YouTube channel. It's very odd. There's a slim amount of people that actually pulls off. So what really happens is you kind of have to choose one or the other. Do you want to be a reptile YouTuber or do you want to be a breeder? Because if you choose the reptile YouTuber path, breeders aren't going to like you. You've seen it in a lot of Facebook groups, a lot of breeders, especially when you start getting into the higher tier people, the monitor lizard folks, the basically stuff that's not crested geckos and ball pythons. People look down on YouTube. People do not like YouTubers, and your reputation as a breeder gets hurt a lot by being a YouTuber. You're really passed off as a clown, things like that. You're written off a lot, and you're definitely not taken as seriously. The damage one gets in the reputation is how they compose themselves on YouTube, and again, that comes with, do you want to be a reptile YouTuber or do you want to be a breeder? Because you can definitely be a breeder and make a YouTube channel. According yourself in a professional manner that still presents yourself in a bright light within the breeding community doesn't make for interesting content. It's not that interesting. There are dozens upon dozens of YouTubers that you look at them and you're like, yeah, I don't want to name any names because I don't want to like, I'm not going to do that, but there are definitely reptile YouTubers out there that have a very successful breeding business and they tried their luck at YouTube, but they don't grow because at the end of the day, it's not very exciting. You can't really be exciting and sensationalist while being professional. I mean, you can take, I'll throw the wild card out there, everyone. Brian Barczyk. Of course, Brian Barczyk has a very successful YouTube channel and a successful breeding business. However, he is not very liked in the breeding community, and I believe that's for other terms that's actually probably not a very good point. I think there are other things that go into it, but it kind of just goes to show, and I don't know if that might be a point of why, like, everyone, if just the average person has in their thought that, oh, he's a reptile, he's trying to be Brian Barczyk, oh, we don't like Brian Barczyk, so I don't like that guy. I don't know if that's just like a hive mentality around the community or really what's going on, but it's really just how it is. Probably for the last 18 months, that's what I did. I really took the side of reptile YouTuber or pet tuber, whatever you want to call it, versus my business, because my business wasn't making me much money at the time, whereas YouTube was giving me somewhat of a steady income. I could branch off into multiple income streams, merch, Patreon, sponsorships, and the ad revenue I get from YouTube itself, and I got more money on that, so that's really what, like, I want to work hard on this, I want to make more money from this and I dove really big into the deep end with that, trying to make it work. But here we are 2 years later, and I know a lot of people have been like, dude, you've been growing so fast, but in my mind, being on this channel for over 2.5 years, having over 380 videos that I've poured hours and hours of my time, so much of my time. I've given up a lot of stuff on life trying to continue doing this, making sure that all these videos are out in a timely manner and a consistent manner, after spending thousands and thousands of dollars to only be at 12.7 thousand subs and making under 4 figures doing this. It really seems like I made a mistake, and it's only something that just these past probably 6 weeks I'm starting to realize that, like, I don't think I'm went in the right direction. But here's the real thing about that. I really stuck myself in the middle, and I pretty much burned bridges bridges on both ends. I did not want to be classified as a pet tuber starting out. I did not want that label. I wanted to be respected by the reptile community, so I did a lot of dumb stuff in the beginning of my YouTube channel. I burned a lot of bridges within this community of reptile YouTubing. And yeah, I made some enemies. I did not make any friends doing this. And I almost feel like, I could be wrong, maybe I'm just not very well known, but I don't know. I feel like just the reptile community, or the YouTube reptile community, doesn't like me very much. And it's for probable causes. It's for a good reason. I'm a dick. I've been a real asshole in these in these videos, but so I like burned my bridges there. But I've also tried to be very sensationalist and really trying to make this YouTube thing work at the same time. So now the reptile community just thinks I'm a clown and doesn't take me very seriously, and the YouTube community doesn't like me because I'm a dick. So I'm kind of like in the middle of like being mediocre on both things, and it's very disconcerting. I laugh because I don't know what I feel like I'm just like, it's not good, and my mental defense, my defense mechanism is to laugh at myself. But yeah, it's not good. It's I've like kind of really pretty much like fucked myself over at this point. I don't really know what I'm doing, and like how I've really like dug myself in a hole at like being mediocre at both things. Like no one really no one takes me seriously and likes me very much on each separate category that I'm attempting. And it's a little rough. It's very disconcerting, and it's kind of like, dang man, well like what do I do now? Like I'm kind of just, I feel for the past 6 weeks I felt like I'm so screwed, like I don't know what to do. I truly, in the back of my head, do not think I'm gonna be very successful on YouTube. I know there's a lot of politics and getting yourself in and being all, I don't do PC, man. That's just not who I am. It's not. And so, with that being said, I feel like I won't make it big ever on YouTube. It doesn't mean I'm gonna stop YouTube. YouTube's a big reason why I still make my living. I'll continue making my videos and I'll continue doing what I'm doing, but yeah, it's very difficult and disconcerting being on a platform for 2 years and again pouring hours and hundreds of videos and just kind of, I don't know what the word is, just feeling, I guess, like you've done all this work and you've taken all this time, invested all this money, you've done all of this where I think I'm doing, and maybe I'm not doing the right thing. Let me know if I'm not doing the right thing. But you do all of this and you feel like you've gotten nowhere, or you're just like so low on where you thought you would be. I would think at like doing this for so long and putting all this time, I would at least be over 4 figures, man, after everything that I've done. Maybe I'm being dumb. Maybe it's like, dude, that's not how it works. I don't know, but it's a sucky feeling, man. It is a very, very bad feeling to do all this and just look at where you've got for right now. I think really what the point I'm getting at is I feel like a failure when it comes down to it. There are very few things in my 26 years of living that I've actually put effort into. I've really half-assed most of my life, just skimmed in the middle, just trying to get by. But this was the one thing where I gave it 110%, man. I put everything, I put everything that I had into it. And when you do that, when you put your whole heart, you give it 110%, and it doesn't thrive, is a very, very disconcerting thing, and it weighs on you mentally very hard. For the past little bit now, it's been very difficult to make videos because I feel like I always have this thing in the back of my head, and I don't know, it's always just like, dude, you're not gonna make it, like, just stop, dude. Like, it's, what's the point? Like, what's the point of putting more hours into these videos? They're not doing well, you're just wasting your time. It just, yeah. I honestly, yeah, I just have this thing in the back of my head. It just feels like I'm wasting my time continuing doing this and just hoping for a better outcome, you know? Of course, I've tried different things. I've tried a lot of different things. I mean, we're doing 5 videos a week, people. Good production style videos. You'll probably notice within the past few weeks, the production value has gone down a little bit because it's not like... maybe I'll edit these burps out, maybe I won't. I don't know. It's a lack of inspiration. It's a lack of drive of me. I just like, I don't want... When you put... I can throw out a video in an hour and a half. It won't have all the bells and whistles on it, but I can just get it out there and it does the exact same. So it's very hard trying to tell myself like, nah, dude, spend the extra 3 hours, make this a 5-hour edit and just really polish the thing and make it nice. When I do that, it does the same. It's like, well, what's really the point of trying this hard if it just fucking gets this 3 to 5 to 600 views? I mean, we're talking like 5, I know it doesn't, it's like a real like 5 hours, dude, from 12 a.m. in the p.m. in the morning till from 5 p.m. till 10 p.m. I'm editing videos from when the sun's up till the sun's down and it's nighttime, well into night. I'm still editing a video, and for that to get 600 views and then in the next 3 months get an extra 200 and then just drop is, it's very hard. It sucks. It really sucks, man. I'll get to that, yeah. I'm like at a point where like, what do I do now? Like, I really need to just sit down and think like, how do I make this successful? Because it's not successful. That's just the thing. And I feel like at this long of doing it, I don't think YouTube's the answer anymore. I don't feel like I'll ever be a successful reptile YouTuber. I just don't think that's in the cards for me, and it's fine. Yeah, I never really thought I've never been a person in the spotlight of that. I've always been in the shadows behind. I was the emo kid that got bullied in high school. I was the junkie that was just throwing his life away and everyone thought I was gonna keel over, and then I didn't. Then I got myself clean, and now it's felt like a weird lost journey that's 6 years later brought me to sitting in a chair surrounded by reptiles talking to a camera for a living. I've had a very strange life and a very strange road to get me to where I am today. And a lot of those things stem from a lack of self-confidence and things like that. So, it's not like I'm gonna change. The channel's not going away. The amount of videos, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. If anything, because I'm spiteful and I'm stubborn, and if the way I lead to success is purely out of spite because I don't think anyone will take me seriously, that's how I'm gonna do it. It might take a decade. I might be 37 making YouTube videos, but goddamn, we're getting that silver play button, I swear to God. It's really so... Okay. So yeah, nothing's gonna change at the rate that I'm doing it. Really what I think the big change is gonna be is I'm gonna start looking at my business a lot more seriously and I'm just trying to find the words. Really just taking a look at like, everything's gonna be for my business now, is when it comes to expendable income stuff, the money that I can give is going straight back into the business and growing my business. That is gonna be my main focus from now on. As far as the YouTube thing goes, nothing's gonna change. You won't see any more upgrades. I won't get any more stuff that will make the channel better. I think I've done enough. I have a very nice I have a decent camera, I have a very nice lens, I have a very nice microphone, I've spent a lot of money on all this stuff. I don't think I need any more, man. I think the lenses I have is fine, I think the camera gets the job done. I don't think you need the thousands of dollars worth of equipment to make it big on YouTube. We look at Urban Rescue Ranch, man. The guy films off his iPhone 8 and has like 500,000 subscribers, so I think I'm good where I'm at. I think the YouTube production stuff, it stops here. It looks good, I like it, look at this nice set, I'm done putting money into YouTube. Another thing what we're not gonna do is we're not gonna do any more big YouTube project stuff where I just dump money and hoping that the video hits up, because it doesn't work. I'm done throwing money at you guys, And not you guys, not the community, it's YouTube. It's YouTube that I'm talking about with this failing. It's not you guys. I love you guys. I love my YouTube community. I just wish YouTube would show me into more eyeballs so we can get a bigger community, and then I could feel a little less anxiety-ridden when my electric bill shows up and I try to scramble on what to do. The big build is still going to happen. The Quince monitor, big jungle build, that will be the last big YouTube project that I do until I start seeing, I want 4 figures off of my income stream with YouTube before I start investing more money into it. It's gotta stop. You gotta make money, you gotta throw money, you gotta give money to make money, but there's a point where you need to start evaluating if this is an investment or if this is a, Dang, man, I sounded so smart right there and I just messed it up. Ugh. Yeah, I don't know what the word is. The thing that weighs you down. I don't know. This video is going on a little bit too long. Yeah, so that's pretty much what it is. I'm going to be taking a lot stronger look at my breeding projects, really what I can do. We're going to have a lot of more tokays. So here's the thing. If you've made it 25 minutes into this video of Dakota bitching and moaning, you won yourself an insight of what's happening with DBCB Exotics. We are going to get a very, very large shipment of tokays in, man. Like... We're about to have a lot of tokay geckos here, and probably next month, I think I gotta iron out all the details. But yeah, I think we're gonna have like a bunch more tokays, and then in 2022 we're gonna have, I project probably 50 tokay gecko babies to sell. Various morphs and genetics and normals and captive bred and born. We're gonna have a lot of tokay stuff going on. It's gonna be very exciting in 2022. And that's kind of what I'm gonna get at. I'm gonna focus more on my breeding projects and educating people about the reptiles that I have and the reptiles that I breed, and just getting the consumer and the customer that wants to purchase my reptile as knowledgeable as they can about the species, instead of just being goofy Dakota and nothing coming out of it. Goofy Dakota's done. Here's the thing, at the end of the day, DBCB Exotics, it's a character. I don't really act like this. I'm a very shy, timid, reclusive man, and it's very funny seeing my friends and family watch my YouTube videos. My mom tells me all the time, she's like, I don't know who that is on the camera, because you don't, that's like, it's not you. I'm not an outrovert, I'm a very much introvert, and yeah, I think I've ranted on long enough. I think I've probably not made my point, but you find the point in the jumble of just spewing that I've talked about. It's good to get it off my chest. I feel a lot better getting it off my chest. Maybe I actually won't post this. Maybe this is just something that I could just talk about. Or maybe I'll post it because I need a video for Friday. There you guys go, folks. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about all this. What do you got in mind? I mean, I would love to do more. I'm watching my blue-tongued skink take a massive crap right now. It is crazy, dude. Blue-tongued skink's taking a crap is so hard. It's got like little, he's like, because he's only got like this, so he's like, come on, don't poop on yourself, come on. Good job, buddy. Good job. Proud of you. Yeah, what do you think about this? Do you think I want to focus more on the projects, and I think it would just be better overall. You're going to see a lot more of DBCB Exotics versus Dakota, I guess, if that makes sense. It's so hard to get my thoughts on the camera and like how I'm thinking about this. I don't know. What do you guys think in the comments? I'm gonna wrap it up. We'll see you guys on Monday. What do we got going on Monday? I'll probably do a top 5. I think I'll do a top 5 video. Those usually do well. I have someone mentioned some sort of personable reptiles. I'm gonna do the top 5 most personable reptiles on Monday, so look out for that video. Thank you guys so much for going on this rant. If you made it all the way to the very end of this, put Bimson in the title and I'll know who the OG people are. Don't tell anyone, but if you made it this far, Bimson in the comments section. I want to see who actually made it this far. It'll be interesting. Let me know, guys. That's gonna be it. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.